One. Bada bing, bada boom. We
Welcome
live.
back, everybody.
We live. How we doing? Gaming from Renron?
We're back.
Love from
We're
India.
Back. Welcome in, everybody.
Poop G, that's great. Love from the Philippines. Shout out to
I
the
know we
Philippines.
got people tuning in from all over the place. We appreciate it. Biggest fan, gaming Renron from India.
Love from
Appreciate
India.
you
Love
out
it,
there.
guys.
So welcome back to
I don't even know what we're gonna call
Yeah.
this. I don't even know what we're gonna call this.
Our little
episode 2. We're doing
thing.
good.
Yeah.
Episode 2. I think we pitched around the ideas of like maybe
hangout time with Chase, Landon, and Miguel.
Yeah, pretty
it's
much.
a little long on that one. What's good, Fresh?
What's up?
Fresh.
I don't know. We said ups and downs.
Oh, ups and downs. I
Yeah.
think that's what we're calling it. Yeah. And
Yeah.
Is that what we're gonna call it?
That,
Is that the
well,
official?
that was actually 100% what we were going to call this thing.
I
Oh,
feel
is
like that's good.
So,
That's
we gotta
nice.
call it ups and downs.
Yeah.
but
Okay, we're
that's
talking
a-
about stocks, right? No.
Yeah. We are
it's
not
gonna be so
financial
misleading.
advisors.
Ups and downs.
Ups and downs are like get a bunch
and
of
then we don't talk about any ups and downs.
Right.
ever.
yeah. Everything's
We'll
just
see.
always
Right
up.
now it's ups and downs, I think.
Yeah.
Appreciate everyone tuning in. This is our live podcast where we talk about the ups and downs
Literally.
sometimes. But usually we haven't done that. But we're also in the intro stages. So how do you want to kick this thing off?
I don't know. Let's talk about how's everyone's weekend. That's right, because it's Monday.
Just run it
It
down that
is.
way, start it off?
Yeah.
All right.
Kicks off and go.
Let's go. Okay. Yeah, I had a pretty eventful weekend, I would say. Celebrated a birthday. Always
go.
nice to celebrate somebody you care about and things like that.
Agree.
But I also shot like a mini documentary this weekend. That was really fun. That was definitely really fun. Kind of a challenge, my first time doing it, but
That had to be.
yeah, like first time doing like a full-length mini doc. So I'm excited. We'll see where it goes. But other than that, you got to get your sleep, guys. That's one thing I learned this weekend is you need to sleep. It affects your body way more than you think it does. But
How much did you sleep?
bro, probably
enough.
like, yeah, literally, just not enough. I can't even give you an exact number, but not enough. But
I'm
get
the
your
same
sleep,
way.
guys.
I can operate actually like incredibly well in that like 4 to 5 hour window.
Same.
But like if it's less than 4 hours, I can't. I probably, but like
painful.
I can't do it
Well, we.
the next day.
I have a story about Landon and his sleep
the next
schedule.
day.
Oh man.
So
Don't
honestly,
talk
this
about my
does
sleep schedule.
this-
That's non-existent.
this does involve Shoeware, but basically, I don't know what it was, but he was like, "All right, bro, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna stay up all night." all day.
You're not. So I was working. I had to work the night before.
Yeah.
From like
Okay.
4 p.m. to like, I was scheduled from 4 p.m. to 3 a.m. And I'm saying that right. Like 4 o'clock at night to
Jeez.
3 o'clock in the morning was like my stream schedule. But I was like, he comes with this too. And I told Chase, I was like, we play basketball at 5 a.m. I
Oh,
might just
yeah,
stream
yeah.
till 4:30 a.m. Because you can stay stream till 3. You just have to stream till at least 3. You can
Yeah.
go later if you're like crazy. And so I was like, you know what? I'll just make a little extra money at 3 a.m. I wanted to play basketball anyways. I'm just gonna go shoot. So like, I streamed till. Oh my gosh! I streamed until 4:15. I shut everything down. I'm driving, and that was the most eerie drive of my entire life.
Yeah, probably
Like,
didn't
it
even think he was
it
alive.
didn't feel right. Like
Right.
it felt like
Literally.
I don't even know how I could explain it, but it just didn't feel right at all. So I get there, like I'm shooting, and like literally, the basket just is like a little bit fuzzy, but only sometimes. But only sometimes. So it's like, something was off. I was missing shots like crazy that day.
Yeah.
Too. I was missing shots like crazy. Have you
So,
you got 10 alarms.
Well, then here's the thing though. So then he goes, and we obviously the next day is our Shoeware day, and that's
Right.
where like we
It was
film
set up
content and
that
stuff.
way. Yeah.
And so he's telling me this plan. Yeah, I'm gonna stay up. And so after that, he comes in. He's all cheery. I can just see his eyes. Inside his eyes, there's just nothing.
And
and
I honestly had a good attitude about it.
He
Like,
was-
I-
he was
I-
pumped.
I felt
mean-
like it was gonna go well.
it was like 8 in the morning, somewhere around there. He goes, "All right, dude, I'm gonna go record a shoe review."
Mhm.
Goes upstairs, and I just hear him struggling,
Oh
like
my god.
reading over and over and over the same sentence over and over.
That's what I'm saying, guys.
And then I sent him home.
Yep.
I was like, "Just go to bed.
Just rest.
Just rest.
You got to.
It's
bro.
not worth it."
Yeah.
He
That
tried
was bad,
so
dude.
hard.
That was crazy. That's one of those
That's
times
cool.
where it's like you. Some things are like, I mean, I don't know how to explain it, like placebo, or like if you were to take something, like if I drink caffeine, I don't like my heart, I don't get like jittery. I just like
Yeah.
drank caffeine. But
Yeah.
like this was something where it's like I was so like I wasn't really that tired.
Mm-hmm.
Like to be honest.
Yeah.
Like I was just actually going crazy.
No, I
like
get it.
sometimes you get like so sleepy where you're just like
Yeah.
I was awake, but like if I was reading, it was like dyslexic. Like then the words were just going, and I couldn't even put a sentence together. It was kind of cool
Yeah.
because I had never felt that before.
It's kind of cool being
Dude, I was
halfway
like,
functional.
Delusional. Yeah.
so yeah, that's what happens whenever you. Oh man, I don't even know how long I've been awake. I should have kept track, but
Just get some sleep, guys.
Get some
That's all I
sleep.
have to say.
Yeah, I think you went. I sent you home at like 11 a.m.
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
but man, the Warriors play on the East Coast, so I'm really good at getting sleep. Like 5 hours, that's my sweet spot. 4 to 5.
He did have a lag. He did. Literally.
Dude,
Yeah.
I was like writing a script or something, and like my fingers weren't working, and
Yeah. See, you can't do that anymore.
and
bro.
it was because I was actually getting stuff done, just like at 10% of my pace.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just like, hey, I may as well go sleep and then
Yep.
get up and work for like half an hour, and I'll get the same amount of stuff done as if I stay here till tonight.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sidetrack. So yeah, sleep very important,
Yes, it
guys.
is.
Ladies
It
and
really
gentlemen,
is.
definitely get your sleep. And then so you just did your documentary. So
Yeah.
how was that? Like it
Um,
was. You were kind of mentioning it off camera. It
Yeah.
was like bikers.
Yes. So apparently there's like a really big like scene of bike life in Tampa. And when I say
Where,
bike
like-
life,
Yeah, go ahead.
it's ATVs, motorcycle, like dirt bikes and stuff like that.
But not like motorcycle.
Not like that
stuff.
actual like speed bikes.
Not like
you know?
Harley.
Yeah, yeah. Nothing like
and
that.
also not like just like mountain
Not just
bikes.
regular bikes. I mean, yeah, there's definitely that in Tampa, just like regular bikes and stuff too. But this was different. Like the misconception behind these kids that are riding these bikes in the street, like it's insane. Like they were some of the nicest, most genuinely kind people I've ever met in my life.
Really?
Yeah, and they're just like, bro, we get chased all the time by the cops, but they just don't understand. Like this is our outlet. Like this is our sport for us.
Is it
to
all
be able-
legal? What they're doing?
Bro, no.
Oh.
Like we literally and okay, to that point, yes, it does make sense on that aspect.
Man, these cops are disrespecting
look,
us.
man.
Hey, you breaking the
Hey,
law?
this is
Well,
for the
I mean, I
people.
guess, but
He's for the people. You
I
can't-
am,
you can't-
bro. But I do get it. Like, okay, there's
Didn't
definitely a
even try
risk
to defend
factor.
it.
We had like 3 lanes of a main street like blocked off because everybody was just riding in the street. But at the same time, it's like they're doing it. Yes, it is illegal for them to be out in the street and doing that stuff. But at the same time, bro, you got to just understand, like, these kids are really just, they don't want to get in trouble. Like, they know that for
Right.
sure. They don't want to go out and like sell drugs or anything.
That's
They
a
just
tough
want to.
spot to be.
It is, because it's
That's a
illegal
tough
either way, but
Right.
it's like, okay, this is a
And
better
you can say
opportunity.
what you want, but there's levels.
Of
like,
course,
for
yes,
sure.
of
yes,
like, so
yes. But
that's tough because a lot of times in that situation, it'd be like, if you push them away from that too much, it just turns into a fine.
Exactly.
I'm not going to do.
yeah, just
Something
go do
worse.
whatever.
That's
Yeah,
we were
exactly.
kids like
Yeah,
yesterday.
yep.
So literally,
Yeah.
We still are.
We
Yeah.
still are.
You guys are. I'm knocking at that 30 door
oh
in
my
2 more years.
gosh, you wouldn't even guess.
you
Yeah.
don't even look
You-
like that, though.
I know, bro. Thank you
28,
guys. Yeah,
man.
yeah.
You
This is so crazy, guys, because
This is great.
I've never specifically told them my age, which is funny.
Hey,
That's true.
no, yeah,
Honestly,
otherwise we
it's
wouldn't have
never
done
beforehand,
been-
like
I've
that.
never been like, yo,
Yeah.
how old are you? Ever. I've always assumed like you're like
I'm knocking
Like
on the door,
ours.
man.
28.
Knocking on that
No
door.
way.
Dang,
I've got some
man.
experience. There's some
He's
experience in this
wise.
brain.
There's wisdom in his voice when he's talking. You can hear it.
Oh
You
my
can hear it. You can
gosh.
pick that up for sure. That's crazy
man.
though. Sounds like a fun weekend.
So you did that, and
It's fun.
then anything else?
Celebrating birthdays, bro. It's always nice to celebrate somebody. Like, it's a birthday. Like,
Everybody's
shout
got
out.
'em.
Yeah, bro. When it's your birthday, that's another thing. When it's your birthday, celebrate.
You got to celebrate.
Yeah.
Honestly, I'm with that, and I would not be so with that if like, I guess I just grew up with a family that like, I didn't realize. I guess kind of I realized it around my friends and stuff. Like some people go to Disney World, and some people
Right,
Like,
yep.
Some people just celebrate with their family, and some
Yep.
people just don't even celebrate.
Mhm.
So like I was never one of the where we would go crazy, but like we would for what we had, we would go all out. Like,
Yeah.
I'd invite 10 of my friends over from my team. Their
Mhm.
parents would come over. My parents would do all that stuff. Like, the more I grow up, like my wife especially, they didn't really celebrate as much
Yeah.
as some. Like you see other people do it too.
Oh,
Like, I have a bunch
that's
of
literally
my
my
friends,
family.
Like
Yeah.
one of my friends, they just for whatever reason, they celebrate other holidays a little bit more for their birthday. They just kind of like, hey, this is just what we do.
Right.
No,
it's
that's
not, and a lot
literally
of
my
times it's
family.
not even,
Yeah.
and sometimes it's out of needs and necessity and stuff like that. Like,
Yeah.
But like for them it wasn't, and for a lot of other people it wasn't. So I find like, I think it's it's the only day that can literally be about you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Like literally.
it's like obviously, especially for the non-selfish people,
Yeah.
it's always fun to go all out on their
Yeah.
birthdays.
Yeah, for sure, bro.
That makes it fun.
Yeah, just to be able to give back to them. So
This is gonna turn into a wisdom podcast. He's over
It
here
is.
going,
Self-improvement.
sorry
your
guys,
sleep.
just yeah.
and celebrate your
together.
birthdays are gonna
Get
be our
it
2
together.
takeaways. from
There you
the-
go. That's just
I
only
like
his
that.
weekend. I can't imagine
Right.
what yours is.
Title that this podcast.
All right, so moving on.
Landon's turn.
Yeah. Anything
Landon's
else?
Turn.
No.
No, man. That was pretty much it. Like
That's nice. It's
yeah.
a good birthday.
Foot-
Birthday weekend.
good fun weekend.
Yeah.
Literally.
Had a more eventful last weekend. We did. I got a friend in town right now. Shout out Autumn. She's in town. One of our college friends. So we've been hanging out with her. But
Wisdom
nothing really compared to last week. Just kind of been easing our way back into this week because we actually had a pretty good week last week.
Yeah,
is
it
good
wasn't
for
bad.
us.
Not
it
bad.
it was really good for us.
We had definitely a few
Hey,
down beds.
Gaming Grand Round, we're definitely stick around. We're gonna do a little bit more chat interaction near the end of the show.
Yes.
Just
Please.
because, so it doesn't break up necessarily. But if you have any other questions, especially that pertain to what we're talking about, feel free.
Yeah.
I like that Wisdom Edition. Just like
Wisdom
Fred,
edition.
if you got anything that kind of pops into the chat, but we'll answer more of your specific.
Like any
questions
basketball
like that.
specific for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
near the end, but.
So that's it. You didn't
Yeah, no,
do
we
too
didn't.
much.
No, we didn't. We actually did walk down to the beach. I was telling him it was super windy this week.
Dude, it's
Cold
It's
weekend.
kinda cold in
freezing
Florida.
right now.
It's spring break. Too.
Literally
I think
freezing.
It's hilarious. You have to laugh at that now.
Yeah.
We don't got to deal with that.
Yeah.
It's spring break for us in January and in April.
Right. Literally the
Hey,
first
man,
3 months.
The beach
Yeah.
is right there. It's
Yeah.
just right there. I feel. It's not funny. I'm not like a mean or evil person, but like it's just like crazy how that like on Thursday night we just went to the beach just to walk. And couldn't even walk along the water without like having to walk through people's
Weaving.
parties.
Yep,
Man. It
yep.
is so
Yeah, it's crazy
packed
down here.
Yeah.
Around for spring break.
traffic.
I
is
can't imagine
worse.
like Miami
Yeah.
or Daytona,
Oh my gosh, bro.
Like the actual like spring break ones.
Yeah. Miami was a zoo every time I went for spring break.
Oh, you actually
You
went?
really going?
Bro.
Oh, look at these goes.
Oh my gosh.
He's
It
got some
was
stories.
insane, bro. Like literally walking down South Beach, they literally cut off Ocean Drive completely. Like you can't drive through it, nothing. And so it's just like a whole crowd
For
of people.
pedestrians, that's
Yeah, just walking
crazy.
around like losing their minds.
Do you
like
like
I've
that
seen
scene
kids.
though? Do
No.
you like that scene? Okay.
No.
I was gonna say. I was
No,
like, I
bro.
don't see
I said, who
Miguel
got
as
you
that.
down
Yeah,
there?
like-
who got you down there?
Of
Someone's
course,
like
like
just-
humbled over and everything now.
Just some friends, like I mean, also the experience. Like just go out there and see it. But
Fresh.
bro, people lose their minds out there. Like it's literally insane.
Oh man, it's crazy. We actually, one of our other friends is kind of more into EDM and stuff like
Mhm,
that,
mhm.
and he tells us about some of their scenes and stuff like. Ooh,
They get down.
Yo,
They
it's
get-
crazy what they do on festivals, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
He tells us stories.
down.
yeah, some of the
And
stories.
he's like, yeah, man, it's just another weekend. I had a blast. I was like, oh, really? Like, how was it? Oh, dude, man, like this one guy, like completely naked dancing in the center. I'm like, yo, what? I'm like, what is going on here?
They
Dude.
get down, bro. It's
You-
just it's crazy.
It's crazy to see people in their element, though.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
when
yeah.
you see people, like, I feel like it's electric because, like, if you go to a sporting event, all those people want to be there. If you go to a concert, all those people are, like, there to see that one person. I
Right.
think those
But
are
there's
those
levels, man.
Yeah.
I'm
I've
not,
never
I'm not for the.
I gotta go like at least once and just be like, okay,
Experience.
I've
yeah.
done it once.
Yeah.
I'm done.
Yes. I
Fresh
agree.
said he went to a festival. Like, the amount of, like, we see questionable stuff on the way to work.
Right. Literally.
You gotta expect it to just be
Oh,
crazy.
especially in
I
Florida.
want to go to
Yes.
Miami, but I'm going to Miami. I'm Googling their most dead time of the year.
Yeah.
I'm going that week.
You should. I
I'm
think,
going that
bro.
way.
Miami's
it's-
fun. It's hot.
Yeah,
It
it's-
is.
he
No,
said-
it's-
he said
It's
crazy
significantly hot. Because I went to Ocean Drive. It's kind of cool. I don't know how long you've been back, but they actually permanently shut it down.
Really.
Now it's all
I don't
always pedestrian.
Oh
This
wow.
old
Yeah.
timer. He has,
Right, literally.
He hasn't been down there since like.
No, it's literally
since
been
the
like
NBA
3 years,
merger.
bro.
Yeah.
Literally. So I'm like,
How long ago was it for real?
I want to say 3 to 4 years ago, bro.
That's not too long.
It's not, but I
That's not too
mean,
long. When did you go? Like 3 years ago.
It was
Yeah.
probably 3 years ago.
but this is for like a
Like COVID
actual
too.
spring break, like then. But I mean, I've gone back, but we we
You
do the
went
art
for spring
thing.
break. I can't imagine that. What was that? Real quick. What was that process like?
Bro,
Like the hotel and the stuff like
It's insane. So literally, my little brother from Jacksonville, he was playing basketball. He actually had a All-Star game in Miami during spring break, which was insane. And it was at this school in Miami. That's the basketball
that?
court
Is
is on
that
the top
why
floor.
you went?
Yeah, yeah.
That's
yep.
why you
Yep.
went. Oh,
Nah,
so
not
it wasn't
just
like
to
spring
hang
breaker
out.
type thing.
No, no.
Okay, that's right. I was real. I was like, you were a spring breaker. Okay, but keep
No,
going.
no. But yeah, he played in this court, and it was on the very top level of this random school down in South Beach. It was beautiful, bro. Like they had glass all around the court.
Wow.
Schools in South
Yeah.
Beach gotta be crazy.
It was insane. But we went down there, bro, and I'm like, okay, so you guys figured out the stay and everything, right? Because I was in charge of like the driving and like just make sure we get there, get him to the game safe and sound. They hit me back and they're like, no, we don't know where we're gonna stay tonight. I'm like,
Yo,
bro,
what?
At that
what
point,
in the world?
I bet
Yes,
the traffic was nuts too. I can't be in traffic and not know where I need to be.
that's
going.
what I'm saying, bro.
I can't do it.
I was sick. I'm like, bro, we don't have anywhere to stay. Like, what were y'all planning on doing? Staying in the car? I'm like,
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. So,
Yeah.
bro, I went through like 4 pages of hotels, booked.
Oh,
booked,
I can't.
booked,
Yeah.
booked.
It's spring break.
Yeah, literally.
Nobody
That's what I'm
else
saying.
operates this way.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
Spring break.
But we found some like crappy hotel. I mean, they had beds for the night, so I'm like, all right, I'll pay the 50, get him to the game safe, but I'm going home and I'm pissed because
That's not even
this is not what I wanted to happen.
No
But
way.
Dang, I wasn't expecting that kind of spring break
yeah,
experience.
bro, it
I was
sucked.
fully. You said you went to Miami for spring break, and that you. Might have to go back and listen to that, but it was immediately.
That was a
as if he
clickbait
was
right there.
It was clickbait.
He was like, "Yo, man, it was crazy. I slept in a motel."
It really was though. Like that,
I
bro.
bet.
That first
That's
night,
like,
I don't. So women
That
like,
is crazy. That's even crazier.
yeah,
That's even worse than having your stuff planned out. That's more.
that's what.
You were almost
bro,
like a true spring breaker that wasn't even there to spring break.
just going just to go at that
And
point.
he still couldn't even.
wow.
Like the
That's nuts.
So this never happens to me. Like women will never like come up to me and like grab on me and like approach me and be like, hey, like, what are you doing? Blah blah blah. Literally, bro. As soon as we got there, started walking down down by the beach, like 5 different women.
Yo, what?
Just hey,
Miguel,
like
come
what
on,
are you
you
like? What are you
pull.
doing? I mean,
Miguel pulls.
come on, like, shout out to my fiance. I love you so much, but she hates hearing these
Good time to
stories,
bring
bro.
her
She
up.
really hates these stories. But yeah, but it was fun. At that point, it was fun. But when I found out we didn't have a place to sleep, that's when I was like, all right, let's get
You
serious.
didn't hit up one of those
Shout
girls,
out to
man.
the
Bro, that's
fiancés
what
of
I
all
really
time, right?
wanted to.
That's
I was
great.
like, we need to find a group of women and like let's just see if we could stay with them because this isn't gonna work.
In
We're not gonna
Miami,
fiend anything.
In Miami, gosh.
It could have happened, bro.
It's a wonder that
For
you made it
sure.
back.
If
We
there was
could
a
have struck
chance,
easy. Yeah.
yeah, there was definitely a higher chance than
Yes.
anywhere else.
Oh yeah.
Because my other option
for
was like
sure.
going
it's
to a
just-
dorm.
Your problem there is if you're trying to find, they're like, hey, we're not going home tonight. We're staying
Exactly.
out all
Yeah,
night.
they're,
I feel
they're
like
trying
you're
to come to your
"Yo,
place,
we're
and
out
you're
all
like,
night."
I don't have a
Yeah.
place.
What do you
Literally.
mean going home? What do you mean sleep? This guy's trying
Bro.
to get sleep spring break. These guys
Right.
are like sleep.
Oh my gosh, fun times, man. Fun times.
That's
Like
crazy.
just you gotta experience these things, bro. That's all.
Have you ever left the country?
I left the country when I was like 6.
Oh, that doesn't
So it
count.
doesn't count,
Yeah,
bro.
they-
We went back to the Philippines. So
Oh, that's cool.
shout out to the Philippines
Shout
one
out-
more
hey,
time.
Shout out Philippines. Oh, you're so is that where your family is?
Yes.
Oh, no way.
Originally, yep,
That's
yep.
awesome.
So
Where
yeah,
is the Philippines?
Philippines is I always butcher the word, but it's like I'm not even gonna try it. It's
picturing the map.
a group of islands. It's literally on my leg, but on the other side.
Oh
I
yeah.
was
Yeah.
gonna say, you
Oh
got
wait.
It's inside right here.
The actual map.
Yep, the whole island. I would stand up, but I don't want to get like here. Give me a
I just wanna
second.
see you. I just wanna- Now I'm making him.
Yeah.
Making him take the thing back off. Let me see this.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, what? That is.
Yeah,
Yo, that's cool.
The whole,
That's cool.
all the islands.
I like that.
Yeah, man.
What?
Yep.
Where did you get that?
Bro, I got this thing a while back. It's like one of my
are
first
yatted.
tattoos.
He's
Yeah,
got
bro.
tattoos.
My mom hates it.
Oh, that's
Really?
She hates it. She absolutely.
She's like more
She's that-
traditional
Bro,
and
she's
stuff.
an Asian tiger mom.
Yeah.
Like you can't. I wasn't supposed to do what I'm doing now. I wasn't supposed to have tattoos. And then my nose piercing. That was like the one thing she was like, okay, that looks good on you. I'm like,
The
all
one
right,
thing.
You don't
thanks,
even.
Mom.
Do you still have a nose piercing?
Yeah, it's like, bro, it's
Oh,
so subtle.
Oh, it's
It's very
so
super
subtle.
subtle.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, if I'm gonna get one, I'm not gonna. I don't want to be too
Like
loud
a
about
doorbell
it.
or
Yeah,
doorknob.
a doorbell. The doorknob would be crazy. Like, just imagine. But yeah, man.
Just looks like a little bingo chip.
It's got a
Doorbell.
ring.
Press here. Get that tattooed on the bridge of my nose.
Oh my.
So how was that? How was
Which
that
was a-
growing up with like
Yeah.
that
With
type
my
of mom?
bro.
And then like doing tattoos.
Oh my
and-
goodness.
Has she like gotten better at it now?
Yeah,
or-
for sure.
Your random
Yeah,
ones
your
that
mom
hate
hates
moms
tattoos.
hate
They
tattoos.
really do. But no, it's funny because growing up, my family would always be like, you were supposed to be your aunt's child, not your mom's child. Because the way I act, like my aunt has tattoos, like she used to go out and like have fun, do her thing and all that stuff. And my mom was like super reserved, like
Oh.
all the time.
But like at the same time, you don't. Yeah, obviously, I don't know how you grew up and
Yeah.
stuff like that, what you've been through, but like you don't come off as like openly rebellious.
No.
It's more so as like a
No.
I either think this looks good on me or
Yeah.
I like this, so
Right,
I'm just
right.
gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because like that's how, like my family, I'm the only one in my family with the tattoo, and it's not that big.
yeah,
And but it has meaning to me and
Right.
stuff like that. But at the same time, it's like. You have more tattoos,
Mhm.
so you could see where she's just.
Yeah.
But at the same time,
Yeah.
it's like it just so counters your personality
Yeah.
and the way you are as a person.
Yeah.
It's like obviously you're not doing it for those reasons.
Right,
Is there
right.
like a disconnect there, or did she ever really get that?
No, I think it was just like a matter of I really had to sit down with my mom. So there was like a period in my life where I had to just really like let her know, like, okay, you work so much, so you don't really understand who I am as a person. Like, you know me as your son, but like as a young man, as a person of my own, like this is who I am. And I didn't really think about all that stuff until like later on, but growing up, my mom she was always working for one, so she never came to any of my basketball games, none of that stuff. So it was always just
crazy.
like, yeah, like she knew I played basketball. She knew I was in school. Like that's all she cared about. She's like, okay, he's on track, he's on pace at
Right.
least. But like as far as us having like meaningful conversations and stuff like that, it just never occurred because all her energy was let me work and let me provide.
And provide.
And that's
Exactly.
the way. Yeah, that's the way she saw it.
Right. So, I mean, understanding that as I got older, but as a younger kid, I'm always like, Mom, like, I never get to hang out with you. But I always tell my fiance, like, my most fondest memories of my mom is like waking up Saturday morning and I know she's off, so she's gonna cook a crazy breakfast and we're gonna be able to just hang out for a little bit. So those were really fun times. But I really had to just talk to her. Literally, I just had to tell her, like, this is who I am, like this is what I want to do. And shout out to my stepfather too, because he really opened my mom up to the fact that, yeah, your son is his own person. Like, he's not just what you wanted him to be. Like, he's still his own person. So having those conversations, bro, just they were tough conversations at that, because a couple times it's like my mom didn't want to hear that. She's like, you need to do what you're supposed to do. I'm like, I literally don't have any ounce in me to do
Right.
that type of stuff. So button
And
heads.
that's so crazy because if you think about it,
Mhm.
there's honestly a decent chance that I don't even know. I'm not a psychologist or like I don't project or anything like
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
But I mean, there's obviously a chance that like she wasn't like she wanted to do something else.
Yeah.
She was said do this.
Yep.
And then she ended up doing. And but because like I feel like there's a certain level of it. Like if you're caught and taken prisoner or something like that, you can make someone do something.
Right, of
Right,
course.
like if you
Yep.
tell someone do this, do
Yep.
this, eventually,
Over and
like a
over.
lot of times, kids, you hear the stories of the kids like, okay, I just got tired of fighting it, like I just
Yeah.
ended up doing it,
Yeah.
and maybe eventually they'll do it for 15 years and then just hard pivot. Maybe
Mhm.
they'll do it forever, but like you can kind of start to see where I think it's cool how you easily could have. You must have been, I don't even want to say stubborn, but strong-willed enough to where it's
Yeah,
like
bro.
easily she could have just been like 2 times. Like I would have been like,
Yeah.
I don't even know, because whenever you're a kid,
Mhm.
like you're so impressionable.
Mhm.
Like
Mhm.
if you decide to adapt at that time, you wouldn't even be here. Like
Yeah.
if you decide to adapt, you would
Yeah.
just you wouldn't be here
Mhm.
for sure.
Mhm.
Like so that's
And,
kind of
like,
crazy.
Even with my dad, like I didn't meet my dad till I was like 8. That was the first, like, when I met him, we went to Disney, and it was just such an experience. I'm like, wow, like this is really my dad. It was kind of weird at first because obviously after 8 years, just meeting your dad for the first time, you're kind of like,
Yeah. What?
who is this guy? But it's also my mom was just so against him. Like she was like, yeah, your dad sucks, blah blah blah. She would do that type of stuff. And like once I got older and started to realize like my dad's he's his own man too. Like he made mistakes.
Dude, man, we all mess up. That's
Yeah.
so crazy. Like
Yeah,
I
bro.
feel like even very recently I've gotten to a place in my life where like, man, if I went and like talked about, like, if you just want to keep it relationally and go and talk about one of your exes to someone, who knows how much they would have grown, or who much knows how much, like, when you're in a relationship, that is so personal to you.
Yeah.
And then how everyone else thinks about this person is just from like a surface basis.
Right.
Or like a friendship basis or
Yeah.
whatever they are to that person. But like, you can impact a child's understanding of like everything
Yeah.
just because you can be like, look, I'm not saying, but he called me fat. And
Right.
now I think this guy's the worst person ever heard. This person, and look, a lot of times, like, I'm sure a lot of it can be justified, but like, I just think it's just crazy the amount of like control, just even hearing it from your story, because I
Yeah.
wouldn't even have guessed that.
Yeah,
This
bro.
isn't the kind of stuff we unpack off camera and then just bring it to the
Yeah.
podcast. Right now, we're just like kind of talking and
Yeah.
stuff. So you just would never have guessed that.
Yeah, bro.
With that kind of background, that's crazy.
Takes a lot. It definitely does. Like you got to be. That's definitely one thing, is you just have to be willing to take those bumps every single step, because that's the only way you're gonna get to where you want to be. You got to take those bumps and keep it going.
And that's the way
Man,
this
this
job
is-
kind of is.
This is
It's
why it's the wise edition here. This is the wisdom edition
Yeah, what do you
podcast.
call it?
Oh
The
my
wise
God.
Apparently,
edition of
The
ups and
wisdom
downs?
edition over here. Miguel's just dropping
The
all of it.
cash.
But
Yeah, man.
so did you do you still now, like, has your relationship with your father actually like continued since
Yeah.
then?
Yeah, it's been I mean, it's been on and off. Like
Yeah.
he would go do things, like he would travel for work and stuff, and then every time he would come to the States, at least he would tell my mom. Then he would be like, okay, like, can we meet up somewhere? Like,
That's
I'll
good.
pay for whatever. But yeah, we still talk every now and then. I'm just glad, so I have a baby sister, and she lives in Hong Kong with my father, but she's so cool already. Like, she's been in commercials and stuff, and I'm
What?
like, yeah, like my little
Yo,
sister.
Miguel, who are you, dude? We don't even know this guy.
This is gonna turn into like, we're just gonna.
It's gonna
come
be
on
just
here, we're
like,
gonna ask you
yeah,
questions
20
every
questions
week.
with Miguel.
20
Hey,
questions
what's your
No, yeah.
name?
every week.
But yeah, she my baby sister's there. She's like literally done a commercial, like a full production commercial.
So like when you say baby, like
She's
I'm expecting like a toddler here.
Yeah,
Are we
she's-
talking?
I want to say she's got to be like 8 now.
Oh,
Like when she
wow.
shot her commercial, she was like 6 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, but
Dang.
just she was doing that. But I mean, my father, like, he's taking care of her, and like me personally, I always tell him, like, I'm glad you're looking after her, because I mean, what happened with me and him, that already happened. Like,
Right.
it's I
And that's a lot of
don't hold
maturity to
anything
be able
against
to
you.
understand that. Like,
yeah, bro. It's just, you got to understand, people are people at the end of the day. Because I look at it like this: if I had if I had a child in that circumstance that him and my mother had a child, it would be tough. And yeah, he should have stuck it out and be a man, but he chose his path.
He's trying to repair it.
Exactly.
I
And
give
he's-
him props
exactly.
for that.
He's making the effort
Yeah.
to
Right.
at least be back. So I'll
that's
never hold it against him. I love my dad. I'm literally his child. So it's like half of me is half of what he is.
And that,
So
and
it
that
makes
just goes to
sense.
show that, like, so you don't have to feel that way.
Yeah.
You could just hold on to resentment.
Yeah.
It's as easy to like do stuff like that. So it's kind of cool to see
Mm-hmm.
that reverse perspective of it, because
Yeah,
it's,
bro.
it's got to be more freeing on your end anyways.
Mm-hmm.
That way. So that's cool.
Yeah.
That's definitely cool.
Why hold the grudge? Like, there's no need, because then that's just gonna weigh you down.
You're the only one that knows you're holding on to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
Don't
Wow.
let more wisdom
Wow.
be. Hey,
That's some snaps in the chat on that one.
Literally.
hey, I read the dictionary.
So how
just
did
like
we get on
everyone
that
else.
topic?
Ah,
I think we
bro,
were
I
talking
have
about
no
your
idea.
weekend.
Yeah.
Did
And
we
it
even
just-
finish your
It
weekend?
just converted over.
Yeah, I mean the weekend's over, and the last thing I talked about was what I did yesterday. So
Yeah.
Nice.
Here
What
we
did
go.
Chase do?
so yeah.
What did I do this weekend? Oh, that's right. I Friday did nothing. Worked. Saturday, I volunteered at my local church and built bunk beds for kids.
That's
That
so
was kind
cool,
of cool.
bro. No, like I want to get into more volunteering stuff too. So if you guys have any, like,
Yeah, I'll definitely hit you up
yeah,
next
bro,
time.
please.
Yeah, it was actually a lot of fun. It was like I had this whole system.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the sanding station, basically just sanding for 2 hours
Was
straight.
it like stations and stuff like
Yeah,
that?
yeah. There's like Well, it's actually kind of nice. So like, the church provided lunch, bro.
Mm.
So good.
Dude,
Worth it.
Harborside always hooks you up.
Yeah,
Oh,
but no, yeah. So it was like 50 people, and then they
Mm.
were all divided up into different stations. Me, my fiance, and her friend and her boyfriend,
Nice.
and we just sanded
Sanded
2x4s and
Yep.
felt good, making those beds, and that was it. So that was Saturday. Kind of just chilled for the rest of the day, and then on Sunday, just kind of chilled again, and then went to the our local downtown had a art festival, but it was chalk art festival, which I think I've been. It's actually like pretty sick. Like
I was gonna say, bro. Anytime I see chalk art, it's like madness. Like it's so good.
Yeah.
That it's like, how do you
yeah,
even?
some of these people were flown out from like all across the
Oh,
country,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah.
like, yo, you have flown out here to draw chalk on
Yep.
the ground on a sidewalk.
Dude, some people have some crazy
Dude,
lives.
I'm telling
Yeah.
you, it looked like some of them looked like a photo,
Right.
and I was like, that is insane.
How does that, man? How are humans so differently talented, man?
Bro, I ask
How
myself
are we
that
so
all the time.
uniquely talented? The one person can do, and like I like stick figures.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
the same human.
Yeah.
Like, man.
Cause I'm telling you,
We're
bro,
so
the
diverse.
chalk art that I usually see, like especially online and stuff, is like, where it's like somebody draws out lava, or like it's like an
Like a
abyss, and they
Flame.
just cut out little pieces of like the actual asphalt,
Oh yeah.
so you can like jump.
Oh yeah,
so it
like
looks
the
you're
3D.
jumping.
Yeah.
So I'm like, bro, they go crazy.
Yeah.
Artists are just
With the angles and everything,
Literally.
because it has to be all
Yeah.
proportional. Yeah.
yeah, and your perspective when you look at it, it's gotta look like, oh my gosh, if I step on this piece of chalk right here, I'm gonna like fall into it.
Dude, artwork and the details are crazy. I was just telling him the other day, and it's like just all the different stuff that you can do even now with shoes, just to actually bring it back
Mhm.
to shoes. Like you have auto lacing shoes.
Yep.
You have
Yep.
all kinds of just like different tech and stuff like that they're bringing to shoes now is crazy.
Even the cushioning stuff, like when I'm chopping up the videos, like hearing all the different types of cushioning that there is and
It's
different
ridiculous.
variations, it's like, yeah, please get that right one day.
What's crazy is like how, and that's what's gonna make this. That's what's gonna make shoes and stuff like that infinitely like relevant. Is
Yep.
no one's ever gonna think they play and feel the same way. Like and as weird as it is, like you can't just put a shoe on your foot and like expect it to play the same way forever.
Right,
I
yep.
don't get that.
Yeah,
I don't.
it's
get
gonna
that.
wear down eventually,
I don't get it
especially
at all.
if you play all the time.
Like I have people they come up and they'll be like, the Nike Zoom Freak 4 has like great cushioning,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know why I always go to that shoe, but objectively it doesn't.
Yeah,
Like you can put it on, and it's like flat than a shoe that has a lot of cushioning. So just
Yeah.
you can't argue that, but it'll be argued, and then it's over. Like if who are you to say there's no way to tell someone the shoe's not as soft?
right.
It's like, hey, it feels softer to me, and I'm like, I don't know what's wrong with your foot.
I mean, well, we're like, especially with our channel, it's funny now because we did get a comment about like doing the durometer. We had no
Yeah.
idea what the durometer is, but it
Yeah.
tells how soft something
Right,
is.
but it
It's
doesn't
like,
measure how soft the shoe plays. So
Yeah.
that part's
Right,
not even
but
fair.
it's
So
like-
now it's like almost.
it's like
one
by
city
data.
to
It's
the-
like, hey, this is like
yeah,
scientifically like a harder material,
Right,
and it's
right.
like, nah, man, dude, that plays like
just
butter.
feels so
And you're like,
soft.
what? And you're like, what are you talking about, man?
oh my gosh.
Nah, that's crazy.
But no, that was my weekend. So it was pretty chill. It was nice. I'm
That's
glad,
Solid.
especially like, just all the hectic behind the scenes besides this podcast, man.
Yeah.
Dude, these past month
Yeah.
has just been literally torture
Mhm.
at some points. Like it's been like, I don't know. There's some moments where Landon and I will look at each other and we're just like,
Wow.
Well, and this is honestly a really good transition into the main thing that you wanted to talk about today, and it's like obviously we're finally, and you've been here. Honestly, it's kind of crazy because you were here right whenever we started our uptick,
Yeah.
but like we've grown so much in the past year
Mm-hmm.
to a year and a half or something, if you want to call it that. And we did it forever. We talked about it more last episode, but we did it forever without any results. Once we finally started to see those results, like you don't make, he's going to break down a little, he can talk a little bit more about the money,
Yeah.
but like you don't make a ton of money, but the
Mhm.
bigger we got, I guess we kind of thought that money would come in more, but it's not like, we thought it'd maybe be like if you're making this much maybe it was more me, but just like, I think it could be a general, because I actually do this, so it could be a general conception that like,
Yeah.
if you're making 100 subs, you're making like, you know, $1 a month. Would it scale up that way? And it honestly doesn't. So we do like, we've gotten up to 15. We just hit 15K followers now.
Yeah,
Huge
that's
shout
I
out
mean
to
that's
that.
great.
So we had a new
Yeah,
sub
for
out there
sure.
for Renron. We appreciate it. So we just hit 15K, and that feels like massive. But at the same time, on the back end, for all the stuff that you got to do for it, still, like,
Yeah,
honestly,
yeah.
doesn't feel like you're. It doesn't feel. Not if you want to talk about the workload to like the money wise,
Right.
especially.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
not all we do it for, but
Yeah, so I'll give you a little bit of context. Yeah, I want to give especially with this podcast, like my idea is to give you guys some transparency when it comes to like behind the scenes of not only Shoeware, but how we are as a person
Yep.
behind the brand and what we're trying to grow here. But I mean, to give some context, like if I pull up our YouTube analytics right now, I mean, yeah, 15,000 subs. I mean, to a point is, I think, pretty significant. I don't know anyone else that has 15,000 subs.
Yeah, me either.
But
that's a cool.
Personally.
we also don't know a lot of people.
but
Yeah.
but if you want to break,
we
if you
don't,
want to,
we don't know.
it's very true.
Hey, keep your group small. You'll always be the biggest one in the group.
But I mean, looking at like our videos, what we're doing for YouTube, which pays the best out of all
Mhm.
platforms. Currently, this month we have gotten. Let's see here. I'll do the breakdown
you, Rick Brown.
exactly. In March, right? So it's March 20th. We've generated 381,000 views, and from that, we have netted $181.
Wow.
So
Just to put that into perspective, like
Wow.
Wow.
It looks like that's our cue. We got some packages coming in, but so honestly, the thing is, this is like, okay, now we're talking like accumulated videos.
Mm-hmm.
Like we've been making content and stuff like that for like the last
like 3 years.
three
years.
plus years.
2019.
Since
Wow.
2019. That's what I'm
November.
saying. Like,
Wow.
chill out, buddy. But like, thanks again, Fresh, on the 15K. But that's just like, now we're getting all the piggyback and stuff like that after that. But there's different. Now YouTube's even paying for shorts.
Yeah. Well,
So this is
we're
like,
making the big bucks. That's
Wow.
4 cents per 1,000 views.
Okay.
So we've got another $20 a month coming our way.
and it's kind of
Nice.
crazy because there's so many different
Yeah.
ways you can like choose to do stuff whenever it comes to like how you want to grow on YouTube. Because if you want to talk, like, I guess before, like very recently, if you just wanted to get subs on YouTube, you could take what me and him saw this one guy do, which is the just a short base approach, and he just made 1 million shorts and just shorts
Yeah.
on shorts on
Yeah.
shorts, and he hit that 100K sub plaque already.
Yep.
He didn't make any money because it was shorts. You weren't getting paid off of shorts at that time, right?
No, this is all
Yeah.
recent. February
so
was
this is
the
all
first
recent.
time.
So this
Oh,
guy, he got up
wow.
like
Mhm.
he like was growing so fast, and at that point, like then it just depends on what your goal is.
Yeah.
I didn't really look at his content or what he was trying to make to grow. I think he was just making content to prove that you can grow
Mm-hmm.
on YouTube. But like that's what he did. But you get that 100K sub, but he really didn't make any money for it, and that makes sense because you're making all those videos so fast. This is a podcast, but these longer forms of content that we do, there's so many. Like we'll go film for 2 hours in the morning, then I'll write a script, or then I'll just like put my like thoughts about the shoot onto like the page so I can talk about it, and then we'll give it to him, and he'll edit it, and he'll have it for a week, and then he'll give it back to us, and then it takes 2 hours to upload it because it's such a long video.
Yeah.
And then you gotta hashtag it, and you gotta do all the stuff that like YouTube. It pays the best, but also it's like if you wanted to do it full time, like I feel like the reason we're in a tougher spot is because we pretty much do it as if it's full time,
Yeah.
but we don't get paid.
Yeah.
We don't really get paid for it yet.
Yeah.
And I think that a lot of times you can like have ads and stuff like that, like sponsorships come along,
Mhm.
but we have like that's kind of some of the growth with it right now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, just a little insight that but hey,
Yeah,
I mean we still enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know, that's,
literally, bro.
I mean, we're
That's why
not
we
here
started.
for the
Yeah.
money, but
Yeah.
I feel like some people are like, "Yo, you have 15K." They're like, "Are you doing like?"
Yeah.
I didn't want anyone to assume like we're like I don't want to make an assumption like, "Oh, if I hit 15K, I can have my own podcast all set
Right.
up like that." No,
Right.
we like Landon and I have our own separate business, and that's how
Mhm.
we make our real money.
Yeah.
And then this is just like
And I have a job.
future. Yeah, you
Like,
just
I
got
literally
have
a
multiple. Well, you got a
full-time
job
job. Yeah.
and
He's
like
got, like,
Other
8
freelance.
other gigs. Yeah, this dude's got like 19 jobs, man. That's why I can't sleep.
Yeah. I mean, to piggyback off of that though, like you guys said, if it wasn't fun, and if it wasn't something that you guys like well, that we all actually just enjoy doing, like, it wouldn't make sense at all. It would
Yeah.
have just been gone. It would have just, okay, we tried, but that's it. But
And that goes back to how, like, the whole way that you were talking, like, to your mom whenever you were saying, like, this is
Mhm.
what you wanted to do, and she
Mhm.
thought you were going to take a more traditional route.
yeah,
Like, that's just one of those things where, and that's what I think is so cool. And, like, not even to, like, blow it to, like, a super different proportion, but, like, we'll keep it in. Some people are just, Kevin Durant or Michael
Right,
Jordan or
right.
Kobe Bryant. Like,
right.
some people are just that, and then some people just aren't.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you can work and work, and you can get to, but, like, to relate it, like, some people just have that mindset to where it's like, look, this is what I feel like I want to do,
Mhm.
and even though someone's telling me not to do, like, because I know you wanted to relate it to college, and this is
Mhm.
kind of like, you guys both graduated, and I
Yeah.
was all the way like one semester away from graduating, and then I ended up dropping out because I was like, once I graduate this and finish paying off whatever this rest of the semester would be,
Mhm.
I don't even want to do this like,
Yeah,
right now.
yeah.
So then I was like, you know what? I could pay. It wasn't even much. It wouldn't have been much more, and I could have had a degree. But I was like, the way I see this, I can't see myself using my degree.
Right.
Like, all of a sudden, it was like I was about to be a senior, and like all the lights went on, and it was like, man, I really was treating college like high school.
yeah.
Like you have like it's very common to go to high school.
Yeah.
To go all the way up through high school. That's when you get to make your change. And I just took high school straight into college, and just stayed with it. You just have to, like, some people just have that ability to be like, because it's like an ability, like, because unless you're leaving a sure thing, that's not what this was.
Yeah.
That's not like that. And and whenever you're that young, it
Mhm.
wasn't a sure thing at all,
Mhm.
because you have to like build it. But like,
yeah.
it's just, you have to have something in you that.
It's just got to be different, bro.
be a
Even
little
when I
different.
tell my coworkers, like, yeah, I'm going on break, but I have to go shoot for somebody real quick, like on my break. They'll be like, why do you do this to yourself? Like, you're insane. But on another note, it's like, you see how I'm not, if any of my coworkers see this, I'm not calling you guys average, but like the average person, right? They will go about their day. Yeah, let me do this 9 to 5. Okay, cool. I got paid. That's it. People are getting paid, what is it, like 28 weeks out of the year, and there's 52 total. Somebody check my math. I might be off
That's
by a
rough.
lot.
There's 52 weeks. I know that.
The 28 wasn't half. I don't
No.
think.
But you're getting paid only half the year, basically, because it's every 2 weeks,
Yeah.
stuff like that. But I'm like,
In general.
yeah, I can't. I just, especially not having like I had a health science degree, to go back on the college thing. I will say college is for you if you need the structure and you want to be able to just figure things out, honestly, because I didn't figure out what I wanted to do with my life until probably like late in my junior year into senior year. So
Of college.
yeah. So college is definitely, if you have an idea of what you want to do and you still want to like figure things out, I'm for it. I'm not saying go to like the biggest university you possibly can, but go to community college even. Just take those classes, see what you like, because
Yeah, 'cause-
you just never know.
Yeah, well, because if you go to a big university and you're talking, because then you are talking about like, after 1 year.
Yeah.
At a big university, or even call it one semester, because a bunch of my buddies went to Mizzou. We're talking like 20, 30K a semester.
Yep.
After one semester for them, like, then all of a sudden, like, I feel like you're already like almost too invested, or at least to me, because I don't come from
Yeah.
30K.
Mm-hmm.
So like, just from my like personal self, whenever I was going to pay for college, so it's like I was like going smaller schools, D2 stuff like
Mhm.
that, just trying to get honestly, it was good academic schools anyways, but like I'm talking like $2,000-$3,000, and I was like,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't want to go too crazy. Like, for these other schools, whenever it comes to college, like, it's a great place, like you said, if you don't necessarily
Mhm.
know.
Yep.
But just to like kind of hark back to like whenever like your like upbringing and when your mom was
Mhm.
looking at stuff like that, the reality is there's so many jobs now that
Mhm.
weren't available for them.
Yep.
That like we couldn't do this.
Oh,
Yeah.
no
This
shot.
wasn't even,
Yeah.
like, this wasn't even a thing.
Imagine.
So everything that we do wasn't even like physically available
Yeah,
for them.
very true.
Like, I can't imagine that. Imagine that for us,
Yeah.
right? Like 20 years from now, there's gonna be something that came out that we didn't even have access to
Yeah.
whenever we were this age / kids.
Yeah.
Like that part for me is so crazy that we are like evolving so
Yeah,
fast.
yeah,
We're evolving
yeah.
so fast.
It is.
Man,
It's crazy, bro.
But like, I mean, that's the thing with college. It definitely has, like, even to kind of swing it to you now for your for you to kind of complete the final piece of this college thing, because you went for all over the place and you went for longer, so you kind of versed in the college thing. But at the end of the day, this is why I wanted to bring it to you, because I know you went for computer science and you can talk about it. But do you think, with all the all these self-taught courses and stuff, do you think you could have maybe got to where you're at outside of college?
Oh, especially
that's a big
in
one,
my
though.
degree.
Yeah.
Oh, it was 100% useless.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so.
Yeah.
I thought you were
Yeah.
gonna go the other way.
No, 100% useless.
Oh my god.
College degree. I mean, I'm talking.
Thank you, Ethan. Appreciate you.
I would almost disagree with Miguel on this, where he said go there and just figure yourself out. I said figure yourself out without spending money.
Yeah.
Go get jobs, go get internships if you can or something.
Mhm.
Only go if you need to.
Yeah.
But like anything, I'd say computer
It also
science.
depends on how much you're spending too, because
True,
it depends on how much you're spending. That has to matter.
Yeah.
Or unless it doesn't matter, because
So what do you mean
doesn't
by
matter,
spending?
Oh,
are you talking about, like, school?
Yeah.
Oh,
because,
okay. Like junior college,
'cause
maybe.
That's one thing. Like, I mean, if your parents were, because that's what most people work for, is like, I'm gonna make enough money so my kids don't pay for college.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
that's what. So like that's not like. I know that can be seen as like, I don't know what you want to call it, but like a huge privilege or whatever, I guess you would say. And I mean, for some it is, but if you have the privilege, I would use it. But at the same time, like he's saying, I mean,
Yeah. Some of it you just don't need to go, bro.
yeah,
Like-
there's some stuff out there now you just don't need to go. Like I swear, like I'm pretty sure some teachers are teaching without teaching degrees.
Yeah.
I'm just
A
like
lot of them now.
I'll just be a sub teacher like
Yep.
half time.
Yeah,
Like,
adjunct.
why would
Yeah.
you just like sub teach out? You don't even have to have your entire degree.
Well,
like,
the thing is like I would actually go to a class if it was an adjunct,
Mhm.
meaning like they actually have work experience.
Mhm.
Like, for instance, like if there was like, especially in my field, like if there was like a CTO, like
Mhm.
someone that was up in the actual tech space,
Mm-hmm.
like I would go. But that's almost the same thing as like going to a conference of the same people and then a class.
Yeah.
So you're not gonna get like adjunct. That would be my only thing. But yeah,
what did
for
Fresh
comp
say?
sci, it's more worthwhile if you do like a year in the industry as part of the degree. Oh, like an
Yeah.
internship.
Yep. Internships are.
Yeah. So like if you need a college degree to get an internship, I still don't think the internship's worth it.
Yeah.
Because you're sacrificing 4+ years of your life to earn a foot in the door, and you still learn everything on the job.
Right.
So it's like, what's the point? I'd rather
So in your
almost
experience,
learn
have
those.
you like seen certain brands that like do that compared to others that don't, or is it pretty common practice to have that? Like
For
almost
internships?
yeah, for like almost, is it like the majority of them that do that,
It's
or the
tough.
majority don't?
So from my perspective, I've never gone to the internship route because, like,
Mhm.
I mean, obviously,
you did. Oh yeah, yeah.
I'm in
He
straight
did,
100% purebred entrepreneur
yeah,
since
he
I've been
did.
like 12.
His
Yeah.
internships were actually done through Shoeware.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
This
So
guy-
yeah, I took
this
I
guy.
needed a couple credits and I took an
he did.
internship
He
course.
I think he had me sign it off. Dude.
And I
had
had-
to sign
he
it
was-
off.
he was my manager.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
genius, though, bro.
Man,
Dude, that's what I'm saying. College is a joke.
It is. At the end of the day, it is, bro. It really is.
If you
For
get to-
for
if you-
85% of
Yeah.
the
And
degrees
you're gonna
out
have
there.
people straddling the fence on it. There's two.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a joke for most people. It's a
Yeah.
joke. If you're gonna say
If
is it more of a
you're
joke
mature
for people
enough.
than it's
Yeah.
not a
Too.
joke for people, it's 100%. You're getting fleeced.
Yeah.
You're getting
Yeah.
fleeced
Yeah,
in broad
bad.
daylight. You're gonna
Yeah.
get this degree, and you know what they're gonna do? They're gonna look at you. They're gonna think slightly higher of you at wherever you go and work at. Like,
Literally.
oh, cool, you got a degree. And for some people,
Or
Yeah.
it's the opposite.
or
You go
just
and do a degree and
can
go,
just
you
tip
got
the-
a master's degree in business administration?
Yeah.
You're like,
but like that's why you
and
need
you
to
still
figure
bad?
out. That's why
Yeah.
you figure out what your job requires.
Right. Right.
Like that's why the best thing you can do is figure out what you want to do early. What does my job require? Because at that point, like if there was some stuff like for my ex-phys major and stuff like that, or for, not for that was ex-phys for my exercise science, there were a few classes where it's like if I would have known that was on my route, I would have altered it slightly.
Yeah.
Like I wouldn't have been exercise science. I would have been like, I don't know what you could possibly switch it to, but like with the focus
Athletic
in this, or
training,
with the
maybe.
focus in that, yeah, just to avoid certain
Mhm.
classes.
Yeah.
I think that's really smart the same way because my younger brother, and I think kids in general are getting better at this.
Yeah,
Like,
they are.
kids
They're getting way more
smarter,
aware.
man. They're getting like, but like I think kids in general are like able to see that and just like be like, if you kind of look it down the line, because my brother wanted to become some type of special. It wasn't like a pediatrician, but like it had something to do with nutrition for like advanced like lifting and stuff like that. It was going to help him with that route. And then he saw 2 things. He's like, I don't want to do that. And he just literally didn't do it. But if you don't think, if you're like, oh, I don't want to do step 20 of 20, but you start off on step 1 and you do step 1 to 18 or 17, and then you see step 20 and you're like, oh, if I would have known that was there, I would have never done it.
Yeah.
Like, I think that there's a huge advantage to being able to like play out like how your thing could go, because we try and do that all the time. Like, if we make this decision, what do we want to get out of it? How do we see it affecting something like that?
All right, but it looks like, all right, so we have a few more minutes left on that. So let's go through some Q&A, guys. Anyone that's tuned in.
Anyone got questions now?
Anything related to basketball or whatever, any questions to, Miguel, Landon, or I. But Fresh says, however, I would say this. If it wasn't for my degree, I wouldn't have found out about the career path I'm going down. I personally would say, Fresh, you would have found it regardless.
Well, it just depends, because like there's things that happen. There's domino effects all the time. Like there's things that have happened with our career where it's like, just because we were related to this, we met that person, and even though we didn't like that person led us to this.
Yeah, but is that worth
that's
the degree, though?
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's not
so you're like, like it's like
considering
networking. It's like, I mean,
you could have, No,
how much is networking worth?
I get it, Fresh. It definitely, because I've seen people, well, even in my case, like I went for something and then I ended up realizing like this is not for me. So on that aspect, I do get it, but you could also still find that path.
But isn't this just like the question, right? Is like trying to figure out, is college worth it? And for him, if that like leads to his career path,
it was worth it for
college
him.
worth it for him? Like
in that aspect,
yeah.
It depends. It depends.
But it can't depend. It can't depend unless the other like thing would be able to play out, right? Like, doesn't the second scenario have to play out? Otherwise, it's like it depends. You could.
But has it all played out? What if he's $80,000 in debt?
True.
Is it like
Fresh? Are you $80,000
right?
in debt, bro?
I don't know.
That's true, Fresh.
All right. So Renron says, do you think McClung can survive in the NBA?
Oh, I love that, dude. McClung was on the Warriors.
The one-hit wonder, the one-dunk wonder.
Team forever. He was on the summer league team for the Warriors. Honestly, he's a really good player, and everyone knows who he is from like high school. His dunk tapes. I think the one thing from like while he was on the Warriors, people said is he just wasn't a good enough passer. Which is he's like a point guard at like 5. Like he's not. He's great at dunking.
Yeah.
And he's not great at anything else.
Yeah, I think.
I guess.
I don't know. I think for me, one of his biggest things was like you have to be able to guard. Like, in all the coaches that I've known that have worked in the league, they always say like, if you can't guard anybody, you're not going to survive in the NBA. You could be as offensively talented as you want, but if you're not guarding and playing defense, you're done for.
And I got this from McClung, and I think because this is how I group. There's some guys like this that I think end up in this. It's like this is like the basket that I throw him in. Is like I think personally, however many people are in the league, I don't know, you'd have to Google it or whatever, however many, like 15 on each team across the entire league, he's like without question better than some like 10 to 15 players on these teams.
For sure.
But he keeps on getting invites to these better G League teams because if you're terrible, you're only going to play really young players that could have really big upside. I think Mac McClung, you can see his upside.
Yeah.
So, like, he's on one of those, like, these bad teams aren't going to have him take reps away from these other bad young players that could be really good.
Yeah.
But these great teams aren't going to take him because he's, like, obviously he's not probably going to be a championship piece.
Yeah. I mean,
so, like, he
not
could
yet.
be playing, but, like, he's stuck in that, like, he might come up for a 10-day.
Yeah.
To compete in the dunk contest and then go back down.
I mean, hopefully he. So, to answer the question, like, I think, because a quick story. Yeah, it's one of the kids I grew up playing basketball against in high school, Deshaun Smith, shout out to him. He went to Wichita State, and he was in the G League Lakers, like with the Lakers, while McClung was there with him.
What?
Yeah, and so I would always just ask him, like, how is this guy? He's like, he's good. He can play. It's
Bro,
just certain things like if you don't hit the mark on
and
these
it's
certain
all
things.
about your
Right.
opportunities
Yeah.
too. Like if you don't, because like I'd see it's really sad too, because like you
Mhm.
can like see it play out in slow motion. Like he makes some like passes the ball out of bounds, just like a bad pass. Like oh, just don't snowball it. And then like his
Yeah.
guys, and then just out of chance, his guy comes down, just 1-2 crosses him over, gets a
Yeah.
bucket. It's like okay,
Yeah.
well go down and do something, and then he goes down and like steps, dribbles the ball off his foot, or like
Yeah.
misses a jump
Then it's
shot, just
over.
clinks it, and that's no big deal. Except it happened. Like,
Yeah,
went
literally.
1, 2, 3, you're out the league.
Yep.
Like
Yep.
Draymond Green talks about all the time. It's all about your opportunities. Like
Yep.
that would be the most stressful spot, because in a smaller scale, it's the same way in college.
Oh yeah.
If you don't show up and you don't perform in the beginning,
Nope.
you're
Cut.
back
Yep.
of your rotation.
Mhm.
Yep.
You're hitting number 9th like I was. Like that's just, and then all of a sudden it's like, for those guys, man, that's tough. Especially with the media now, he gets
Yeah.
a certain type of label on him
Yeah.
and stuff like that. A lot of other people deal with that too, but him specifically.
All right, rapid fire. When will CP3 get a ring?
Never run.
Oh,
Never.
all
I
right.
It's
have to
not this
agree.
year. Too
I have to
too old.
agree. I have to agree.
Too old.
Dang.
Unfortunately, I love.
If you can,
CP3
please
too.
do a 60-second performance review on the Jordan 6
Hey.
Cactus Jacks.
I don't really hoop in the Jordan 6, but the
Well, you can probably just say
the
it right
Cactus
now.
Jacks are fire though.
Yeah.
We had those.
So
in hand.
nice. I love it. Thoughts on Victor Wembanyama?
Mm.
Oh my gosh.
He's a
I can't-
unicorn too.
He has been.
Special guy.
What was the? I wasn't big enough, but what was the media hype surrounding Kristaps Porzingis? I'd be curious to see.
That's a very, very good comparison to that though. Like I
Foreign,
think
over
yeah,
7 feet,
exactly. Yeah.
shooter,
Yeah.
dribbler.
Right. All of it.
I would have to go back and watch the raw Kristaps. I might be doing ridiculous disservice to Wembanyama. I really don't know.
I mean,
I don't know. Do you remember watching it?
I
I
think,
didn't watch it much.
bro, Porzingis, or are we talking about Wembanyama?
Yeah, just like for a prospect comparison.
I think that's a perfect comparison.
'Cause,
Like just
he
the
was called a
circumstances.
unicorn
Yeah.
for the first year
Yeah.
or two in New York.
Yeah. But I don't know. I think Victor's upside's a little bit more
Dude.
just because he's like,
His highlight tape. is
yeah, he's doing
like
every
7'8".
single thing. Yeah.
Wow.
So
Hmm.
finals
Alright.
predictions.
NBA, yeah.
Oh, finals prediction. I'm not
Oof.
gonna lie.
I don't think it's gonna be Warriors.
I'm
I'm
gonna say
sorry.
I'm gonna say Warriors in the West, but if it's not the Warriors in the West, because we're going through it right now. If it's not we'll start off with the East. Out of the East, I'm taking Milwaukee. I'm taking Milwaukee in the
Mm.
East. I don't think the Celtics are gonna do it.
Mm.
Actually, you know what? I'm taking Philly.
Philly.
I like
wow.
Philly. I like Embiid. I think it might be Embiid's year. If the Warriors
Wow.
don't win this year, I think I want.
Embiid to take
I think I
one.
want the 76ers to win it. That would be sick.
In the East, I'm gonna have to go with. I like Milwaukee a lot. Milwaukee's just such a strong team.
It's
like
like those
they're just
three.
so yeah,
It's like Milwaukee, Boston, and
yeah,
Philly.
and Philly.
It's like the main.
But I
three.
mean Miami too. Like I think Miami could.
they just show up.
That's what I'm saying,
They
like-
go into the finals as like a 4 to 5 seed, or
Yeah.
into the playoffs 4
Yep.
to 5 seed every year, and it's like
They just
they're
make
one
it.
shot away from the finals, or they go
Yeah.
every single year. It's like what in the
I don't
world?
know. And then for the West, I really
You
don't
don't
know.
follow them much,
It's
do
such a show over there right
Yeah,
now.
I'll give you the top 6 seeds you can pick. It goes Nuggets, Kings,
the
Kings or Grizzlies
are
there.
on a
Kings or
tear.
Grizzlies there and there.
Yeah.
Suns, Warriors, Mavericks, Clippers. Out of those, who do you think?
I think I'm gonna go. Bro, this is so tough. This is very tough. I really
it's tough
don't
for
know,
me,
bro.
and I watch the West like all the time.
Yeah, I honestly can't.
You,
I
you
can't
can pick. Make your prediction right now. You're
I
going.
would. Okay, I'll go Denver.
Go Denver. Oh,
Yeah.
he's taking Denver. Okay.
Denver.
I'm
I think
gonna
they'll
take,
get it together.
Hey, if they do, man, they're due. I'll tell you that. I'm taking
I think they'll do it.
Philly in the East. Let's go. If it's not the Warriors, I hope it is the Warriors. If it's not the Warriors, I'm taking the Clippers. I think the Clippers might do it.
I like that. I like that.
Ron asks, he's 5'9", sixth grade, 12 years old, and playing basketball. Do you have any suggestions for me?
Sounds like
Hey,
me.
man, you're still growing, so I would just get stuff that's comfortable for your foot. Like,
5'9" at 12.
Yeah.
It's pretty
pretty-
tall.
pretty
that's
tall
pretty
kid.
good.
It's pretty tall.
just like, Puma, Air Jordan 30. It's kind of more expensive. Your foot's going to be growing, so I wouldn't go too crazy. So,
Yeah.
like, Puma, Metal Ball 2.
Probably more like protection, right?
Yeah.
You probably just like get
Keep
some,
supporting.
some
PG6,
mids.
PG6, Luca 1, LeBron 20. Yeah, something like that. Don't, especially something you don't want to get yourself hurt that young.
Yeah, bro.
Don't want to roll
Fine.
anything. Suns and Sixers.
Suns and Sixers, yeah,
I
that
like
could happen.
it. Could. It definitely could.
Is KD gonna be back?
That's the thing. Like, is KD gonna be back, and is
Oh,
Chris Paul gonna stay healthy? They
His-
traded everyone to get KD.
Yeah.
So, like, they're
His
but
phantom ankle roll in the warm up was just ridiculous, bro. I felt so bad. 'Cause
I could not believe it. I don't want to say I
Oh
felt
my
bad for him.
gosh.
I don't know what I feel towards KD these days, but I definitely don't feel good. I don't want injuries to happen anyway.
Yeah,
but I was
yeah.
like shocked. I was just like,
bro, he literally just like
That's so
took a
tough.
step and like
all those Suns fans there to see him.
I know.
Dude, it's
In
going,
warm ups.
it's
Like
crazy
come on,
in
bro.
Phoenix. Phoenix got the Super Bowl, and then right after that, they got KD.
Yeah.
That
They
was
were
pretty
lit.
nasty.
They're lit. Super lit.
All right, that's actually gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
That is time.
That was
for
good,
us.
guys.
That was a good talk.
Thanks
good
for
session.
watching, everybody.
Yeah, guys, thanks for tuning
Appreciate
in.
everyone tuning in.
If you have suggestions
Yeah.
on
please.
things you want us to talk about and see, obviously you guys want us to do a rundown at the end of the show
Yeah.
and hit on some of those basketball shoot questions.
And
But
comments, guys. But yeah, that's definitely what we're gonna be doing. Is like we're gonna do like 10 minutes of comments or 5 or 10 minutes of comments at the end of
Yeah.
the show. So feel free to, if you have any comments that we don't
that are
get to.
related to the stuff, feel
Yep.
free to throw those in too, because we'll try to work those in, and as long as someone's like one of us isn't like on a big talking thing.
Yeah.
But yeah. Otherwise, we'll definitely do that.
All right.
But I think that's gonna wrap up our live version, episode 2. It's easy
Oh,
to keep track of.
One last. Right
Yeah,
now
real
it says
quick.
basketball shoe under $100.
Oh, right now I'm going
There's a lot on
hard and
sale.
step back 3. I like the hard and step back 3.
There
It's
you
a good
go.
choice.
It's nice.
Good
All
choice.
right, guys. Well, have a great rest of your week. We'll be back on Monday, same time, same place. But until next time, peace.
Later, guys.
Doesn't stop streaming for some reason.
So you gotta take it back over there.
I gotta
to
go
stop
over
stream?
there.
This is
Just
the extended
kidding.
cut.
The extended cut.
Hey, oh,
After
This is
version.
what we do all day.
The after
This is what we
version.
do all day.
Oh my gosh.
Peace out. In a second. He's still working on it.